Are you brave enough to face the unknown? You're not alone. The places where the veil between our world and the next is thin. I'm Zak Bagans, and I've spent my life exploring the paranormal. I've seen things, heard things, felt things that defy explanation. Many are skeptical, I understand, I was once too, but after years of investigations, countless hours in haunted locations, I can no longer deny the existence of something beyond our understanding. From cursed mansions to abandoned asylums, I've confronted the chilling presence of the other side. These experiences have left me with more questions than answers, fueling my desire to delve deeper into the mysteries of the paranormal. Join me as I recount my most terrifying encounters. Prepare to face the unknown. Pause 3S. Despite the countless tales of hauntings and spectral encounters, skepticism remains a significant barrier to the acceptance of the paranormal. Many dismiss these stories as mere folklore, products of overactive imaginations, or simple tricks of the mind. Skeptics demand concrete evidence, and understandably so. The challenge lies in the nature of paranormal phenomena itself, elusive, unpredictable, and often intangible. In my years of investigations, I've encountered numerous skeptics. Their questions are valid. Where is the proof? How can we trust what we cannot see or measure? These questions drive us to employ advanced technology, from EMF detectors to thermal cameras, in an effort to capture the unexplainable. Yet even with these tools, definitive proof remains elusive. The paranormal doesn't operate on demand. It doesn't conform to our scientific methods or schedules. This unpredictability only fuels the skepticism. But for those who have experienced it firsthand, the reality of the paranormal is undeniable. It's a challenge that keeps us searching, questioning, and hoping for that one piece of irrefutable evidence that will bridge the gap between belief and doubt. In the end, whether you believe or not, the allure of the unknown continues to capture our imaginations and push the boundaries of our understanding. Pause 3S. Let me take you on a journey through some of the most chilling, haunted locations I've investigated. Each place holds a story, a history marred by tragedy and unexplained phenomena. Our first stop is the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. This imposing fortress was once one of the most notorious prisons in the United States. Opened in 1829, it housed some of the most dangerous criminals. The prison's unique design, aimed at isolating inmates to encourage penitence, instead drove many to madness. Whispers of ghostly apparitions and disembodied footsteps echo through its decaying halls. During my visit, I felt an overwhelming sense of despair, as if the walls themselves mourned the lost souls who once occupied the cells. Next, we journey to the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. This architectural marvel, with its labyrinthine layout and staircases leading to nowhere, was built by Sarah Winchester, widow of the firearm magnate. She believed that the restless spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles haunted her. Construction continued ceaselessly for 38 years, driven by her fear and guilt. Visitors and staff report phantom footsteps, cold spots, and the feeling of being watched. When I walked through its winding corridors, I felt a profound sense of confusion and unease, as if the house itself was alive and shifting around me. Finally, we visit the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, the inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining. This grand hotel, nestled in the Rocky Mountains, boasts a long history of paranormal activity. Guests report hearing piano music from the empty ballroom, seeing ghostly figures in the hallways, and experiencing unexplained cold spots. My night at the Stanley was filled with strange occurrences. Doors opening on their own, flickering lights, and the unmistakable sound of children laughing in the dead of night. These haunted locations, each with their unique histories and tales of terror, offer more than just ghost stories. They are windows into the past, reminders of the lives once lived and the mysteries that continue to elude us. As we delve deeper into these stories, we confront the thin veil between our world and the unknown, and we are reminded that sometimes the past is never truly gone. Pause 3S. Now let's step into one of the most infamous haunted places in America, the haunted Plantation. Pause 3S. But before we dive into the haunted Plantation, let me share a particularly chilling encounter that still haunts me to this day. It was during my investigation of the abandoned Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky. This sprawling structure, once a beacon of hope for tuberculosis patients, has long been rumored to be a hotspot for paranormal activity. As I wandered through its desolate halls, the silence was deafening, broken only by the occasional drip of water from the decaying ceiling. The building seemed to breathe, its walls whispering secrets of the countless souls who had perished within. My heart raced as I approached room 502, infamous for the tragic suicides of two nurses. Suddenly I felt an intense chill, as if an icy hand had gripped my shoulder. My breath fogged the air and my flashlight flickered. I steadied my nerves and continued, feeling a growing sense of dread. The atmosphere was thick with sorrow and an overwhelming sense of being watched. Then out of the corner of my eye I saw it, a shadowy figure standing at the end of the hallway. It was tall, its form indistinct but unmistakably human. I froze, my pulse pounding in my ears. The figure seemed to fade into the darkness, leaving me questioning if I'd truly seen it. Pause 2S. As I approached the spot where the figure had stood, the air grew colder still. I reached out and my hand met an invisible barrier, a tangible energy that sent shivers down my spine. It was then that I heard it, a faint, mournful whisper calling my name. The sound was otherworldly, echoing through the empty corridor. Pause 2S. I left Waverly Hills that night with more questions than answers, but one thing was certain: something beyond our understanding lingered within those walls. This encounter was a stark reminder of the thin line between our reality and the unknown. Now let's step into one of the most infamous haunted places in America, the haunted Plantation. Pause 3S. Before we delve deeper into the haunted Plantation, let me recount another unforgettable experience that has left an indelible mark on me. This time it was during an exploration of the abandoned Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This grim fortress, once a cutting-edge prison, has a notorious reputation for paranormal activity. Walking through its crumbling corridors, I could almost hear the echoes of despair and suffering from its former inmates. The air was thick with an oppressive silence, broken only by the distant creak of rusted iron bars. As I ventured further into cell block 12, known for its eerie occurrences, an inexplicable sense of unease washed over me. Pause 2E. The temperature plummeted, and I could see my breath crystallizing in the air. My flashlight flickered, casting long dancing shadows on the decaying walls. The atmosphere was charged with a heavy, almost tangible energy. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of a figure, an indistinct, shadowy form standing just beyond the reach of my light. It stood motionless, watching me with an intensity that made my skin crawl. I took a step forward, and the figure vanished as if it had never been there. My heart pounded as I approached the spot, feeling an overwhelming sense of being watched. Pause 2E. Suddenly I heard a soft, mournful whisper, an unintelligible murmur that seemed to come from all around me. The sound was haunting, resonating with a sadness that was almost palpable. I reached out into the darkness, feeling an icy chill envelop my hand. It was as if I had touched the very essence of sorrow and despair. Pause 2S. I left Eastern State Penitentiary that night, deeply shaken, with more questions than answers, but one thing was clear. There are places where the veil between our world and the unknown is thin, and something beyond our understanding lingers in the shadows. These experiences have profoundly impacted my perspective on hauntings and the supernatural. While skeptics may argue that such encounters are mere tricks of the mind, those who have felt the unexplainable know that there is more to our reality than meets the eye. As we continue our journey into the haunted plantation, I invite you to keep an open mind and consider the possibility that the unseen world is closer than we think. Now, let's step into one of the most infamous haunted places in America, the haunted plantation. The air hung heavy with humidity and dread as we approached the plantation. Spanish moss draped the ancient oaks like ghostly shrouds. The antebellum mansion stood at the end of the drive, a monument to a dark past. This was Myrtles Plantation, one of the most haunted places in America. Built on a Native American burial ground, its history dripped with tragedy, murders, suicides, and unexplained deaths. As we stepped inside, the air grew cold, a palpable energy pressed down on us. I felt a presence, watching our every move. Have you ever experienced something similar? Share your haunted encounters in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our next video where we explore another spine-chilling location. See you there. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium, once a beacon of hope for tuberculosis patients, now a decaying shell haunted by the souls it couldn't save. The air inside was thick with the smell of decay and despair. We walked the halls, each step echoing in the eerie silence. I felt a weight on my chest, a sense of overwhelming sadness. In the shadows, I saw movement, flickering figures darting just beyond sight. The Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, a place with a sinister past, shrouded in mystery and tragedy. Serial killers and unexplained deaths have stained its history. As I walked the halls, I felt a sense of unease. The energy here was different, darker. It felt like walking into the belly of the beast. Section 5. The Unseen Guest. We were investigating a small house in rural Pennsylvania. A family had fled, claiming their home was haunted by a malevolent entity. As we set up our equipment, the temperature plummeted. The air grew thick and oppressive. Suddenly, a loud bang. A door slammed shut on its own. We rushed to investigate, but found nothing. Whatever was here was unseen, but its presence was undeniable. Section 6. Cold spots and goosebumps. I've experienced countless unexplained phenomena during my investigations. Sudden drops in temperature, known as cold spots, are common. They often indicate the presence of something paranormal. I've also felt the distinct sensation of being touched, of someone or something brushing past me in the darkness. The hair on the back of my neck stands on end just thinking about it. Section 7. A haunting melody. Sound is often a key indicator of paranormal activity. EVPs, or electronic voice phenomena, are recordings of voices or sounds that are not audible to the human ear at the time of recording. I've captured countless EVPs over the years, whispers, growls, even full sentences spoken in disembodied voices. These recordings are chilling evidence that we are not alone. Section 8. Lingering questions. My experiences have left me with more questions than answers. What is it about these locations that attracts paranormal activity? Are these spirits trapped, unable to move on, or are they trying to communicate with us? I don't have the answers, but I believe that by investigating these phenomena, by confronting the unknown, we can gain a better understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Section 9. The allure of the unknown. The human mind craves explanation. We seek answers to the mysteries of life and death. The paranormal, with its tantalizing glimpses into the unknown, will always hold a certain allure. I continue to explore these haunted locations, not out of fear, but out of fascination. I believe that by facing our fears, by embracing the unknown, we can unlock the secrets of the universe. And maybe, just maybe, we can find peace in the presence of the paranormal.